1, 2, 3. Hey everybody, my name is Mads Tolling and I'm here with the Ultimate Violin Course. I hope you enjoyed my version of the 1962 hit Monster Mash. And obviously I played all the parts except for that spoken words bit. My voice isn't very good at that. So you can layer that on top and collaborate with me right out there if you feel like it. So I'm just gonna kind of break it down right now what I actually did to make that version happen, because obviously I only have this violin and nothing that you heard right now was recorded from another session or anything, so it was all live right here in the studio. Let me just break it down for you so you get a sense of what I was doing. So the first bit I was doing was actually a percussive part that happened. Let me just put my bow down here. So that happened by using my loop station. So I put that down first and then I layered on top after that. So the way I do that is I mute my strings with my left hand, my left fingers here. And I pluck with my right thumb. And that creates a very percussive sound, almost like a clave. You would almost feel like, or on a guitar. It's the same kind of principle. And I'm playing all eighth notes, so. Very, very straight. Just keep that really solid. So after that, I made a bass line happen. And I did that by using my octave pedal. So check this out for a second. This is the regular violin sound. And now I press down the octave pedal and this is how it sounds. So it drops the signal one octave And that means I can now play bass lines with this little violin. And the way I did that was play the chords, which are... And I layered that top on that pizzicato percussive thing I already showed you. All right, so after that, I played over the chords with some pizzicato to create more backing for the melody that we'll eventually have. And for that, I was thinking about the chords, and I even did that for the bass line. So you gotta know the chords that you're playing in order for it to make sense. So the first chord is a G triad. The next one is an E minor triad. Then it goes to a C triad and ends with a D triad, and then it's back to G. So it's very, very simple. And I was creating these arpeggios in those chords, and I was doing that by, starting generally on this note here, except for, which is a G note, and I went down and then up, back up, right? So. So I was doing that, and the last one you can also go. But I'm basically arpeggiating each of those chords by simply going, say, G, for example, you have a G, a B, and a D. So I'm just playing those notes exactly as they're written, but in this kind of order, right, of notes. So that's that. And then after I have that nice layering going, then I start playing the melody, or rather the backing singers. And let me just grab my bow here. So that sounds like something like this. The first bit is staccato, so. So I'm playing double stops. Again, I'm using each of those chords, what's in those chords, to play those double stops. But if you want to make it real simple, you can also just play the top note. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. So I was just playing the top note there, making it simpler. After I play that, then there's a legato. The C chord here. And then after that, I actually go up an octave, play the same thing up an octave. 3, 4, 1. And then the longer notes that you already saw me do. And that kind of concludes the melody there going into it. And now I basically took a solo using the Monster Mash chord changes to kind of create my own melodies on top, right? So I'm improvising. Don't know exactly how that's going to come out, but I'm just using those chords to kind of create a solo. And then I went back in and basically ended the piece. So that was my version of Monster Mash. I hope you got something out of it. Maybe you can make your own version of it. And if you are interested in knowing more about my approach to learning these songs and want to figure out how to play this instrument, the violin, you can join my violin course, the Ultimate Violin Course, and you will see the link down below. And also, I'd be very curious to hear from you if you have songs that you'd like to see me cover. So go ahead and comment below. And of course, feel free to subscribe to this channel. Thanks so much for watching, everyone.